Hello everyone. Back again with recaps. Edward's wife. Before we get to the storyline, I'd like to wish everyone a happy and great day. Without further ado, let's get straight to the story.
It is New Jersey. It is 1947. A cheerful family is seen passing through an secluded street around evening time while singing tomfoolery melodies. The vehicle suddenly stops with a shriek which stresses the mother, yet the father guarantees that it's simply a level tire. He ventures out and abruptly gets hauled away by something inconspicuous as the mother shouts in dread, another apprehension. Open, don't change your tires, close the forest. We should see whether it was a Sasquatch or some genuine meat eater. The following morning, the neighborhood police force attempts to search for the one who was taken last night in look through in the wilderness. They, before long, track down the body somewhere down in the forest. All of a sudden, one of the workplaces cautions the others and they follow him towards a slope where they monitor the entry of a cave. They notice something running towards them and light to start shooting at it. And right now, it's mom in his office to educate him regarding a comparative case as we found in the first scene. However, this time it includes a vagrant Roger. It happened close. Atlantic City, New Jersey. 2. Mulder imagines that it should be the well-known Jersey Devil, which is an old fantasy, and Scully excuses it to the surprise of no one, regardless of it not be for their situation in negative demand for FBI's help being recorded. Malta concludes they ought to visit the region also, research the case. Off they go for New Jersey. They arrive at the Atlantic City funeral home to analyze the body and ask the specialist about it. Is uncovered that the indentations on the body are from human teeth. Yet before they could find out more about the case, analyst Thomas strolls in. What's more, asks about the two. He comments that there had not been any solicitations to the FBI, so they have not a great explanation to be. Here he communicates his abhorrence in them engaging for this situation as the neighborhood police division has purview over it, and impolitely asked the two to leave their ex-record stop off this case. Mulder needs to gather more data regardless of not having given any power, while Scully says that she needs to join in her godson's birthday. Mulder gives her the vehicle keys and leaves without anyone else. He calls the recreation area officer who takes him to the backwoods where they found the man. The officer lets him know that individuals don't typically emerge into the forest as they are terrified of the Jersey Devil. Mulder asks, assuming the officer has faith in that myth, so the officer continues to talk about how he has seen a few strange things in the woodland during his obligation. He even saw a human behaving like a creature and a few bits of proof of surprising events like tracking down human teeth on a bunny, which caused him to have faith in the devil. Mother then, at that point, asks him the distance away is the officer says just a mile. He leaves his card with the officer if he, at any point, finds anything connected with the case. What's more, sets off by walking towards the town. It is clear that somebody is observing Mother from behind the trees. However, he continues on. He before long arrives at the forlorn piece of the town that is loaded up with vagrants. Also, asks around for somebody who knew Roger, one of the vagrants draws near. Also, takes Mother to his asylum to show something in return for some cash. Mulder concurs and the man shows him a drawing of an animal of some sort and claims that the paper was in Roger's coat before he kicked the bucket. He additionally claims to have seen the animal not too far off in the rear entryway he lives in. Glancing through the rubbish around evening time, Moba then offers him to remain at his lodging while he stays in his tent and gives him the keys and the name of his inn. The man is thrilled and races to the inn, later saying thanks to Mulder. Soon thereafter, Mother hears somebody moving toward the dumpster. He sees an outline of some human-like animal glancing through the junk like some sort of feline. He attempts to draw near, yet the animal gets cautioned, also runs off. Mulder pursues it, however fizzles to easily match its speed, and it climbs the wall like a monkey. All of a sudden a few squad cars approach, halting Mulder in his tracks. Notwithstanding Mulder's case that somebody is up there on the rooftop, they disregard it and take him in the prison. Mulder gets into an contention with the criminal investigator as Mother blames him for keeping the presence of an animal a mystery just to keep the travel industry business alive in the town. Mulder asks him who will be dependable on the off chance that the travelers are killed. To be that as it may, the criminal investigator couldn't care less about any of it and cautions Mulder to allow him to do his work and passes on subsequent to telling him to partake in the remainder of his visit in the town in custody. Meanwhile, Scully is at the birthday celebration, which is tumultuous as expected. When she comes to the central command, Mother calls her to get him in the clear. Scully shows up and Mother is delivered. She takes him to get some food and Mulder fills her in regarding the animal like an energized kid who has quite recently been to the zoo. She lets him know that she needs to have a day-to-day existence. Before that, she takes him to the College of Maryland she graduated from to meet with an anthropologist, Dr. Diamond Alotof portrays to him all the subtleties of the animal from the previous evening. Also, the specialist trusts that this animal may be man's missing connection, which is an animal that could be the go-between of primates and people, agreeing to him it is almost certain to have made do out there in the forest since forever ago, yet his mom keeps squeezing. He acknowledges that it isn't very much unimaginable and notice that thinking of one as would be a momentous disclosure. They likewise discovered that the animal would be hauntingly close to human species in the pecking order, which makes it similarly as perilous as people. All of a sudden Mulder gets a call from the timberland officer who illuminates him about a body that he has found in the forest, which appears to have been dead for 6 to 8 months. It is a long-haired male that is feeling the loss of the same tooth that he had before seen as in some hair. He says that he has sent the body to the specialists and recommends it may be Satan. Mulder is searching for Mulder then calls Scully, saying sorry that he interferes with her evening, and continues to discuss how he thinks the animal they are searching for may be a female. The following day they visit the funeral home once more to see the man's body they viewed as last night. Dr. Diamond and their officer are additionally there. However, sadly they discovered that the body was rarely brought to the funeral home, which confounds them all. Mulder suspects that they are attempting to put everything away from plain view just to keep the phony picture of the town. They then, at that point, go to an unwanted stockroom close the region where they met the destitute individual and where Mulder had his first experience with the animal. Outside, the passing police stop before the stockroom in the wake of seeing the timberland officer's vehicle left outside. The specialist tracks down a bloodied material at the site and suspects that the female animal may be killing individuals in the working after kidnapping. They all separate to check out the stockroom. In any case, soon the police show up in the working too and track down the officer and the specialist. They examine them, inquiring in the event that they realize somebody named Mulder. However, the two try not to know anybody with that name. In the meantime, the specialists keep exploring higher up, and soon Mulder sees an open window and suspects that the animal could have gotten away from the air. He leaps out and begins searching for her. Scully additionally sees this and follows suit, while remaining somewhat behind. Mulder sees the animal's exposed feet and follows her to another stockroom. Inside a doll room, the animal assaults Mulder, thumping him to the ground. She uncovers herself as a wild human, absent any and all civilization. She has Mother on the ground and the opportunity to kill him, yet she contemplates over the thought and begins to step back. She doesn't look horrendous yet, rather confounded. What's more cautious, however, his mom attempts to get up. Very bewildered at this, she goes after again. Scully gets to the distribution center, calling out for Mother, and the lady pursues off. Hearing her mom clarifies for Scully how wonderful the animal was, and Scully advises him that she nearly killed him. He is taken to clinical consideration, where he depicts his experience to the specialist, saying how the lady looked as youthful as 25. The officer then races to illuminate them that they have her cornered in the structure. Mulder races to prevent them from harming her, however gets come by the analyst. The lady leaps off from the second-story building and runs off towards the woods while being trailed by the SMAC group. The heroes additionally follow after accordingly and get to the wilderness. The officer figures out how to find her approaching a waterway, and for reasons unknown, he chooses to shoot her with a dart. However, the lady actually continues to move. They rush to search for her across the stream, yet hearing a few shots makes them freeze in their tracks. As they come to the clearing, they find that the police have shot the lady. Mother is frantic at this and attacks the analyst, inquiring as to why he needed to kill her. The analyst looks at her to a crazy creature that you continuously need to kill. Multi-week after the fact, Mulder is as yet grieving the deficiency of the lady. Scully shows up with her clinical reports and comments that they have found sections of human bones still in her intestinal system. Her age was 25 to 30 years and nothing ancient has been distinguished. The report likewise recommends that she could have conceived an offspring. Mother gets more disheartened in the wake of hearing this, as he understands that she was on, as it were, safeguarding her youngsters and without searching for food after the male kicked the bucket. Scully requests that he go home for the day, yet Mulder has another arrangement with respect to this case. He leaves still in trouble in a little while. Later on, a kid and his father are climbing in the forest as they pass a tree, discussing the Jersey Devil. A blameless small child looks out of the stowing away. So do you have faith in the Jersey Devil? Thanks to watching this video. If you enjoy in this video, like and subscribe this channel for enjoy more. See you by next.